Shalom, brothers and sisters. My name is Malachiah ben Yishrayah. I'm a Hebrew Israelite, and today I'm going to be bringing you a lesson. The topic is sin. My son Isaiah is here with me, and he's going to be my reader. So let us start off. We're going to go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 1 to start.
Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
So the Most High is speaking here to the nation of Israel. He's saying to cry aloud. That means with authority. Okay? He's also saying to lift up your voice like a trumpet. We need to let people know with a firm hand, you are not supposed to be eating swine according to the book of Leviticus such and such. This is how we do. Not, brother, you can do it if you want. No, it's not like that. Okay? So I'm here today to just show the people that needs it. Sin and why we shouldn't be doing the sin and what is the Most High thing according to the Torah, according to the Bible. Okay, so read that one more time.
Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins.
So he's obviously talking to the nation of Israel here, and he says that we should let them know, according to this book, what they are doing wrong, and just point it out. Now let us go to the book of Devarim, Deuteronomy chapter 5. We're going to read from verse 1 to 3.
And Moses called all Israel, and said unto them, Hear, O Israel, the statutes and judgments which I speak in your ears this day, that you may learn them and keep them and do them.
So the Most High gave us, our forefathers, the nation of Israel, he gave us statutes and judgment. And also he made it very clear that we are to do them. Because a lot of brothers, I hear them say, I know the laws. Okay, well, are you doing the laws? Because if you're not doing the laws, like he said, do them, then that is sin. It is sin to not do what the Most High commands you to do. Read on, verse 2.
Yah, our power, made a covenant with us in Horeb. Yah made not this covenant with our fathers, but with us, even us who are all alive this day.
So the Most High made a covenant with us, with the nation of Israel. He says a covenant is like a contract. So we got to deal with Yah. Yah says, if you do what I say to do, you do my laws, you will be blessed above all nations. That's the covenant. But if you don't do your part, the Most High is not going to do his part. Read on.
Yah talked with you face to face in the mount out of the midst of the fire. I stood between Yah.
Oh, you can stop right there. Let us now go back to Isaiah. We're going to go to Isaiah chapter 13. Okay, Isaiah 13, we're going to read verse 9.
Behold, the day of Yah cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
So this is talking about judgment. The Most High said that judgment is coming. And he says, I'm going to destroy the sinners. The sinners are going to die. So do you want to be in sin, or do you want to get away from sin? Because if you're not following the Most High, then you're walking in sin. Let us continue. We're going to go now to the book of Shemot, Exodus chapter 23, verse 13. Exodus 23 and 13.
And in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect, and make no mention of the name of other powers, neither let it be heard out of thy mouth.
So this is a sin that most people don't even know. We are not supposed to utter the name or say the names of any other God or any other power. Even the days of the week is all named after deities. Sometimes we can sin and don't know we are sinning. So this is why I'm bringing this for the ones that don't know, that we cannot utter. Even when I read the scriptures, I don't say the L word or the G word. I say the Most High. Wherever it has Lord, I would say the Most High, or I would even say his name. Even God is the name of a deity. So we have to be careful that it's causing sin. All right, let's continue and move on. We're going back to Deuteronomy chapter 7. Okay, Deuteronomy chapter 7, we're going to read 6 to 11, starting from verse 6.
For thou art an holy people unto Yah thy power. Yah thy power hath chosen thee to be special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So the Most High said that we, Israel, that's who he's talking to. He's not talking to the world, he's talking to the nation of Israel. For thou art a holy people unto the Most High. We are supposed to be a holy people. What does holy mean? It means a set-apart people. Set apart. Not like the rest of the people. Not like the rest of the world, but set apart. And the Most High said he has chosen us to be a special people unto himself, above, not equal, but above all people on the earth. But in order for us to be a set-apart people or a holy people, we must be following the covenant. We must be following the laws. Because if you're not following the laws, if you dress like the world, eat like the world, act like the world, talk like the world, then you're really of the world. You're not set apart. You're no different from anybody else. So if you keep the covenant, if you follow the laws according to Yah, then you will be a set apart people. And that's what the Most High called us to be. Read on verse 7.
Yah did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you are in number more than any other people, for you were the fewest of all people.
Go ahead.
But because Yah loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath Yah brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh king of Egypt. Know thereof that Yah thy power, he is our power, the faithful power, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him, and keeps commands to 1,000 generations.
So the Most High said that those that love him and keep his commandments. So if you love Yah, how do you show you love him? By just saying, I love you? No, by keeping his commandment. So when you walking with Yah, and you really love Yah, you're going to want to please him. You're going to want to be obedient and do his laws. Go ahead, verse 10.
And repayeth them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will pay him to his face.
So what the Most High said, the ones that don't do my laws, the ones that turn their back on me, they hate me. And he says, I'm going to repay you. So the Most High is going to put judgment upon you. So we really have to walk according to these laws and stay away from sin. Sin is when you're going against the laws. Go ahead.
Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments and the statutes and the judgments which I commanded thee this day to do them.
So we must follow the commandments, the judgments, and the statutes and do them. Not know them, because what good is knowing them and not doing them? You have to know them, yes, but then you have to do them. That's the whole key. Okay? Continue, verse 12.
Wherefore it shall come to pass, if you hearken to these judgments, and keep and do them, that Yah thy power shall keep unto thee the covenant and thy mercy, which he swore to your fathers.
Go ahead.
And he will love thee, and bless thee, and multiply thee, and bless the fruit of the womb, and also the fruit of thy land, thy corn, and thy wine, and thine oil, the increase of thine kine, and the flocks of thy sheep, in the land which he sware unto thy fathers to give thee.
Next verse.
Thou shalt be blessed above all people. There shall not be a male or female barren among you, or among your cattle.
Okay, so the Most High will bless us above all nations if we walk in obedience. Have you noticed that Israel is the most cursed people on the planet? We fill the jails, we fill the hospital, we are leading in poverty, we're leading in fatherless homes. This is because we have turned away from the Most High. We have turned to sin. Our people must turn away from sin. When you turn away from sin and turn back to the Most High, you will be put back where you belong, above all nations. Okay, let us now go to Deuteronomy 30. Deuteronomy chapter 30, and we're going to take it at verse 7.
And Yah thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
So the Most High is going to not only bless us, but he will punish our enemies that come against us. So the thing is right now, if you look, we have young brothers being shot down by the police. The Most High is not defeating your enemies because you have turned away from him. But when you turn back to this king, he will put you back where you belong, and he will be your protector. Okay, we're going to go to the book of Joshua, the first chapter. Joshua chapter 1. And we're going to take it at Joshua 1. We're going to read verse 7 and 8.
Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest.
So the Most High said, do not turn from the laws. Don't stray to the right. Don't stray to the left. Do it the way he said it. Follow the laws according to what the Most High said. And what laws? The Torah, the first 5 books. This is the Torah, the laws, the book of instructions that we are to follow. Read verse 8, please.
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night.
So we are instructed to not put this book away, the Torah. And also we are instructed to meditate in this book at least twice a day, morning and night. Twice a day. Read that again.
But thou shalt meditate therein day and night.
Day and night. Go ahead.
That thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written in this therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then shalt have good success.
Hallelujah. So the Most High is making it very clear that he even instructs us to meditate in this book every day, at least twice a day. That is going to keep you grounded. Okay? Now we're going to continue. We're going to go back to the book of Isaiah, Yeshayahu, and then we're going to go to Isaiah chapter 1. Okay, Isaiah chapter 1. We're going to take it from verse 2.
Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for Yah have spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me.
So the Most High said he have brought up children. He have brought us into this world, and we've rebelled against him. You tell most people today that about the Most High, they don't want to hear it. They're serving other powers, they're serving deities, they're serving their customs that they were brought up in, and they don't want to hear it. So Yah says, he said they've rebelled against me. Go ahead.
The ox knows his owner, and the donkey his master's crib, but Israel does not consider.
They don't even consider. They do not know the Most High. They pray to different powers that they were taught about, but it's not Yah. It's not the creator of heaven and earth. Go ahead.
Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken Yah. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward.
So these people, the nation of Israel, he calls us a sinful nation. We lead the world. We lead them in foolishness. Who taught them to wear their pants hanging off their butt? We're going around now. Everybody got tattoos all over the place, and we're just leading in wickedness. You know, the thing is, Israel, if you was to do right, the nations would follow you and do right. But because you're doing foolishness, you're causing everybody else to do it. You are the leaders, and they don't even know it. Don't you realize everything you do, everybody follows you? Now, a sinful nation, a people leading with iniquities, with sin. You leading with sin. A seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. You have forsaken the Most High Yah. You have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. Now the thing is, We are bringing the anger of the Most High upon us with our foolishness. Continue reading.
Why should you be stricken any more? You revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faint.
Okay, so the whole nation of Israel is gone crazy, doing all kind of madness. I see women today walk in the streets worse than strippers at a nightclub, and they think it's perfectly fine and okay. Now let's jump over to verse 15. Same chapter 1, verse 15. This is what the Most High said we need to do. If we want to come back to Him, this is what we need to do. Start at verse 15.
And when you spread forth your hands, I will hide mine eyes from you. Yeah, when you make many prayers, I will not hear.
So,
your hands are full of blood.
If you are walking in sin, if you are walking not in the Most High laws, Yah says when you spread forth your hands, He says, I'm not going to listen to you. When you make many prayers, He said, I'm going to hide my eyes. So you don't have the Most High protection because you're unclean. Sin makes you unclean. That's why Yah says, now He's going to tell you what you need to do. Verse 16, go ahead.
Wash you to make you clean. Put away the evil from your doings from before my eyes. Cease to do evil.
So Yah is pleading with us. He's saying, Israel, wash you. Make yourself clean. Put away your evil of your doings from before His eyes, because He's seen you do all this evil. He says, learn to do well. Okay? You need to come back to Yah. You need to wash yourself, cleanse yourself. That means you need to stop doing the wickedness. Go ahead.
Learn to do well, seek judgment, relieve the oppressed, judge the fatherless, plead for the widow. Come now and let us reason together, saith Yah. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow.
So the Most High is saying that even though you are wicked and been doing all this wickedness, maybe you didn't know better. Yah says, wash yourself. Change your ways. Stop doing this evil. Learn to do well. And then furthermore, He says, come and let us reason together. He's willing to work it out with you. This is the time the Most High is willing to pardon you, forgive you, if you're willing to change from your evil ways. I'll continue.
If you be willing and obedient, you shall eat the good of the land. But if you refuse and rebel, you shall be devoured with the sword, for the mouth of Yah has spoken. So
the Most High is saying here, He's giving you an opportunity to wash, to cleanse yourself, to come refreshed, and come back to the laws and come back to obedience. But He's making it clear, verse 20. He said, but if you refuse to hearken to His voice, and you rebel, He says, you shall be devoured with the sword. You're going to die. And that's why we read that the Most High says that sinners are not going to make it out of this place. If you're walking in sin, He's giving you an opportunity to change from that wickedness. But if you continue in the wickedness, the Most High says, you shall be devoured with the sword. The sword today is the gun. It's not the long sword with the like a spear. No, it's a gun. The Most High said He is going to allow you to be devoured if you continue to be wicked. Now let us go to the book of Amos chapter 9, and I'm going to end it right there. Okay, Amos chapter 9 verse 10.
All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. Make say the evil shall not overtake us, nor prevent us.
So the Most High made it clear. The words, it starts off, all. Not some. He says all of the sinners, all of the sinners, all of the transgressors, all the people that is not walking according to obedience. He says, of my people, He's talking about Israel here. They shall die by the sword, the gun. This is the war that's coming. The Most High is not going to save you if you're wicked. And what determines if you're wicked? If you're walking in sin, Yah consider you to be wicked. My brothers and sisters, please meditate on these scriptures for yourself. Don't let me tell you what to do. Go into the book. Read it yourself. Go to the Most High in prayer and ask Him, because the sins will keep you right here in Babylon. You will burn. Blessed be the name of the Most High Yah. Hallelujah.